question I get asked the most is about how to set up your own vision mixing studio. So let's find out. So on this episode, I'm going to go through a setup that we recently put into a company. Now, this is a really great but simple setup that should cover most of the things most people would like to do most of the time. It's based around the new Blackmagic design television studio HD. It's been out a little while now. We installed this on, well, within the first few days of it becoming available. We let it run, see how it goes. We've got feedback from our clients, and this is the video on that. Some friends of ours, they're a marketing agency that have really shifted their business towards online and YouTube in particular, grew into making weekly shows about their chosen topic, which in this case was CNC machines, and they found they had a bottleneck. Now, many of you have this bottleneck whereby you're shooting multiple cameras, it takes 2 hours for a particular event, and then you're going back and you're stuck in post for a while. So vision mixing on the fly is a neat way of overcoming that. Now, in order to do that, you need a vision mixer, and we were asked to set for our friends over at MTD a studio up that they could use to really get rid of this post bottleneck that they'd found themselves stuck in. So here's what we set them up with. As you can see here, we've got the Blackmagic Design Television Studio HD. It just rolls off the tongue, that one, with a few extra bits and pieces alongside as well. They wanted to be able to play videos into their mix as well without using computers and extra software to do it. So the HyperDeck Studio Mini was their friend. You'll notice there's another one there, and that is for recording. So the HyperDeck can be used in many different ways, well, 2 different ways, one for playing media out of and one for recording media too. So we have one set up as a player. All the footage gets loaded up via their internal network onto the SD cards via FTP. Now, they could just take the SD cards out and load them on that way, but they choose to do it this way, and that works really well. The other one is taking the program feed, or one of the program feeds, out of the vision mixer, so that's all the cameras mixed together plus the VT that is included, and that becomes their finished program. It doesn't really need any editing beyond that, and it goes straight up online. They found that mostly out of the box this has been a great setup to work with. It's certainly saved them loads of time in getting their weekly show out. Now, a few things that they have discovered along the way. In the Blackmagic Design 8M control software, you can control every element of it. So you can alter, as well as the camera colours and settings and obviously the way everything's labelled up, you can adjust the audio levels in there, which is really good. However, they wanted to simplify it further, so their whole gallery, if you will, was a one-man operation. So they've added, since, a mixer into that. So now they feed all of the camera audio straight into the mixer, and they can control that with one hand whilst the other hand is busy mixing. That makes it truly a real good, solid one-man setup. As well as that, they have the mixer controlling a pseudo talkback system, which works really well for them. Now, I thought this one would just be of interest to you guys because I do get asked a lot about live vision mixing setups, what to use, what not to use, and you'll see in the case that we built for them, it's actually a shallow 3U rack case, but we've since had made a 2/3 width rack mount box to store this in, because actually 2 HyperDecks and a television studio fit in 2/3 of the rack width and just 2U's deep. Since then, the guys are now looking at how to live stream this out. At the moment, they vision mix, record to SD card, and then upload with thumbnails, annotations, and all the rest of it. However, they want to be able to go live. So there are a couple of different options for that, and you can check out some of my other videos for thoughts on that. But I'm recommending to them the AJA Halo. That'll work really well with the workflow they've got at 1080p 50. If you've got any questions about this setup or any other ones that you've seen, do let me know. As always, please share, subscribe, like, knock those notification things on, and we'll see you on the next one.